The Rockets take on the Cavaliers, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Houston's -1.5. Total is 233 and a hook. And we cashed in on 5 more games on my premium page yesterday on Tuesday. Of course, both teams in this matchup off to a hot start, doing some good things on the offensive end of the court. The Cavaliers are averaging 121 points a game, 16 three balls a game they're drilling. Donovan Mitchell's dropping over 30.5 points a night. Jared Allen averaging 15 points a game himself, 58% from the field. Meanwhile, the Rockets on the other side, well, they are the highest point-producing team in the NBA, drilling over 43% of their long balls on the road. Kevin Durant, he's knocking down 40% of his attempts from downtown, club leader in scoring. And Alperen Sengun, he's averaging 23 points a game himself, 44% from three-land. Now, injury-wise, Jabari Smith is questionable for Houston. Sam Merrill day-to-day for the Cavs. Darius Garland's also been scratched. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as today's daily best play on my premium page. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, I like the over 233.5. Hornets Pacers, 7 o'clock East. Indiana's -1. Total's 236.5. Now, the Pacers are just 1-13 on the year. Terrible on defense. They're allowing over 123 points a game. Bottom 5 in defensive boards. They're facing a Charlotte team who definitely rebounds well on the offensive end of the floor themselves. As a matter of fact, these guys are in the top 5 in offensive boards on the road. Of course, as a team, the Hornets covered the point spread in 3 out of their last 4 outings. Miles Bridges leads the organization in points per game. LaMelo Ball with 22 points per contest himself. McNeely's out for the Hornets. Trey Mann's doubtful. Meanwhile, for the Pacers, Jackson and Nesmith are sitting this one out as well. Now, Pacers with overs in 3 out of their last 4. Hornets with overs recently against Milwaukee and the Lakers. Give me Charlotte +1. Over 236.5. Raptors, Sixers, 7 o'clock East. Toronto's 1.5. Total's 234 and a hook. Of course, both teams doing some nice stuff on the defensive end of the court. The Raptors are limiting their opponents to just 31% shooting from three-land. That is currently best in the NBA in that category. Meanwhile, Philadelphia on the other side, well, they allowed just 108 points a game in their last 4 outings. Oubre and George are out for the Sixers. Embiid is doubtful. Meanwhile, for the Raptors, Murray Boyles is questionable. Agbaji's been upgraded to probable. Total-wise, both clubs with unders in 6 out of their last 9. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game is being featured as today's extra daily pick on my premium page. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, I like the under 234.5. Warriors Heat, 7:30 East. Miami's -7. Total's 232.5. The Heat's 8-6 on the year. Golden State 9-7. And for a team catching several baskets in this spot here, Golden State's done a nice job covering the point spread. They're 4-2 ATS in their last 6, averaging nearly 17 three balls a game this year. Jimmy Butler's drilling 45% of his long balls, second on the roster in scoring. Steph Curry's averaging over 27.5 points a game himself, 91% from the stripe. They're taking on a Miami squad who's had a tough time on defense over the past week or so. The Heat allowed over 130 points a game on average in their last 5 outings. When it comes to grabbing boards, well, the Heat's second to last in defensive rebounding at home. Adebayo's questionable for the Heat. Curry's questionable for the Warriors. Golden State games have gone 9-2 to the over on the road this year. Miami with overs in 64% of their contests themselves. I like the Warriors +7. Over 232.5. Nuggets Pelicans, 8 o'clock East. Denver's -14. Total's 233.5. The Nuggets are 10-3 on the year. New Orleans just 2-12. The Pels allow 122 points per contest, bottom 3 in defensive field goal percentage. And they're facing a Denver squad who's averaging 125 points a game themselves. They're the best field goal shooting team on the road in the league. Gordon and Hardaway, they're drilling over 45% of their three-pointers combined. Nikola Jokic, 29 points per contest, 13 boards, 11 assists. Julian Strawler has been scratched for Denver. Zion and Bay are questionable for the Pels. Makovich is out. Pelicans with overs in 3 out of their last 4. Denver with overs against Chicago, LA Clippers, and the Warriors. Give me the Nuggets, minus 14, over 233.5. Kings, Thunder, 8 o'clock East. Oklahoma City's minus 18, totals 232. Thunder's 14-1 on the year. Sacramento, 3-11. The Kings allow over 124 points a game. Worst defensive field goal percentage in the NBA. They're facing an Oklahoma City squad who's yet to lose a game at home. Best free throw shooting team in the association. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander makes 90% of his foul shots, 31 points a game. Holmgren and Joe are drilling 40% of their three-pointers combined. Now, injury-wise, Wiggins and both Williams are out for OKC. Sabonis inactive for Sacramento. When it comes to the total, both teams with overs in 6 out of their last 10 respectively. Plenty of overs to go around. I like the Thunder, minus 18, over 232. Wizards, Timberwolves, 8 o'clock East. Minnesota's minus 16.5, totals 237 and a hook. Minnesota's 9-5 on the year. Washington just 1-12. Wizards allow 130 points a game. That's obviously most in the league. They're also dead last in defensive boards. They're facing a Minnesota club who scores 121 points a game themselves, top 5 in shooting the deep ball. Anthony Edwards with a team high 25 points a night. Julius Randle with 24.5 points a game himself. Now, injury-wise, Jaden McDaniels is questionable. He is their deep ball threat, so keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, for the Wizards on the other side, Alex Sarr is questionable. Wizards with overs in their last 3 straight. 69% to the over for the entire season. I like the T-Wolves, minus 16.5, over 237 and a hook. Knicks, Mavericks, 9:30 East. New York's minus 5, totals 228. The Knicks are 8-5 on the year. Dallas just 4-11. The Mavs are in the bottom 10 in points allowed at home, bottom 3 in defensive boards. They're facing a New York team who definitely rebounds well on offense, averaging over 121 points a game. Mikal Bridges makes over 42% of his three-pointers, 16 points a night. And Karl-Anthony Towns, he's doing a good job himself, and I'll let you know what he's doing in just a second. And like I said, Karl-Anthony Towns doing some good stuff, averaging over 21.5 points per contest, dozen rebounds a night. Jalen Brunson is questionable for the Knicks, and Anunoby's still out a while. Knicks games went 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Dallas with overs in 4 out of their last 5. Give me the Knicks minus 5, over 228. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Bulls, Blazers, 10 o'clock East. Chicago's minus 3, totals 243.5. And not a real terrific spot for Bulls bettors. They're laying 3 on the road, and they did lose 5 out of their last 6 games. And defensively, well, they're allowing more points a game on the road than any other team besides one. Bottom 3 in defensive boards while traveling. They're facing a Portland squad who's averaging 122 points a game. Definitely shooting it well from the foul line. Danny Adija, he's averaging 25.5 points a game. Jeremy Grant, 40% from downtown. Now, Holiday and Grant did sit out yesterday. I do look for them to suit up here today, but definitely keep an eye on their status. Meanwhile, for the Bulls, Zach Collins still inactive for them. Trey Jones is questionable. Total-wise, both squads with overs in their last 4 straight. Give me Portland plus 3, over 243.5. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like the over 233.5 in that Rockets-Cavaliers matchup. Hornets plus 1, over 236.5. We cashed in on 5 more winners on my premium page yesterday on Tuesday. I like the under 234.5 in that Raptors-Sixers matchup. Warriors plus 7, over 232.5. Nuggets minus 14, over 233 and a hook. Thunder minus 18, over 232. Timberwolves minus 16.5, over 237 and a hook. Knicks minus 5, over 228. And give me the Blazers plus 3, over 243.5. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And if you do end up getting a membership here today, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.